What's up, everybody? Today I wanted to do a review on the RDS Gear Obsidian all-weather tent. So you guys are gonna have to excuse the noise. We're at King of the Hammers today. We've been here for the last 3 days watching some racing, all kinds of great stuff going on here, a lot of exploring. But I wanted to show you this tent while I got it out. I've used it probably like 5 or 6 times now. So I got a pretty good feel of setting it up and breaking it down and all the features and how it actually handles in the weather. I have taken this down to 38 degrees, I believe it was one night. Yeah, 38 degrees. Gone it up to about 80 degrees in the heat. I haven't been in the rain with this tent yet, but I have been in about 40 to 50 mile an hour gusts. Last night, we had some pretty heavy wind coming through in powerful gusts. So we did have to tie it down. You can see the anchor points. I'll show those to you. But this thing, right off the bat, guys, I'm gonna tell you, is a tank of a tent. This thing was tied down. It didn't move an inch. We didn't get no wind blowing through the tent, you know, cooling everything down. We had all the windows up and just the vents on the top were open. I'll show you those as well. But we were snug as a bug in this thing. It has a very cavernous feel to it on the inside. It dampens noise. Not a lot of noise, but way more than you would expect from a regular single-lined tent that you can get from, you know, like a Walmart or anything like that. So let me give you the rundown on the specs here. This tent is 110 square feet of interior space. I'm 6 foot tall and I could fully stand up in this tent and walk around, no issues. The shelter holds, it says it can hold 6 to 8 people. I would say that's pretty snug. Maybe just single pads with sleeping bags. You could squeeze about 8 in there. 16 windows and 2 doors. Everything is zippered. And everything has no CM mesh. So the doors, the windows, even the vents on top are no CM mesh. You can keep all the bugs out. It has the pie-shaped doors that open to the entrance. Both of them are pie-shaped. So you do have to watch your step at night or have a flashlight with you because you will trip on the bottom if you're not careful. You can kind of see it in the picture here. So let me get an up-close shot and I'll just show you everything else. Oh, it has 60-gram insulated Oxford 600D walls. And these walls are fully blacked out. The only light that you see is if you open a window or a vent, and you might see little pinhole of lights on the stitching where they cross-hatched all the insulation on the walls. But it is pitch black in there. So if you want to sleep in, you could definitely do that with this tent. It's not going to be an issue. So RDS claims, well, I shouldn't say they claim, these tents they use for search and rescue operations. The outer material is fire resistant, which is really nice. So if you have any concerns about being near a campfire or anything like that, the material is fire retardant. So you could be safe assured that you're not going to burn your little home down when you're out and about. Let's get you up on the outside here. You can kind of see what's going on. So you can see the no CM mesh. I have this window open. You can kind of see through with the other windows open, but it's pretty black in there. So right here you see double stitching for the no CM mesh, and then you have this outer stitching that kind of ties everything in together. These are little vent holes, I guess you could say, because when these doors come up on the inside and zip them up, if the rain were to hit from the outside, it could come out this weep hole here. So you can, you know, make sure there's no water trapping or penetrating into the tent. They use fiberglass rods. I would say these are about a 1/4 of an inch rod, fiberglass rods with metal pucks on the inside, eye loops, and then they have these little canvas grab handles. I don't know if this is the way you're supposed to do it, but this is the way we tied the tent down. We just clipped to that part. We did upgrade to the ratcheting straps here. And these things are awesome. They're 150-pound load on these little ratchets. You push up to release the ratchet, and it just, no knots. You just carabiner it. These lines are reflective, and then they give you just monster stainless steel ground stakes. Here, I'll pull one up so you can see. And yeah, these things are made to go through. I mean, you can obviously see the ground. It's like rock and dirt. And then it has an eye loop where you just connect the carabiner to, slam it right in the ground, and this thing ain't going nowhere. You can see the corners here. They do a reinforced stitching, and the stitching goes all the way up over the heavy duty material here, back down, and then you can actually see the stitching where they pocket for the fiberglass poles on both sides. So it protects all the corners are like this. Double stitching on all these seams here, all the way down. Double stitching all along the bottom. What's really nice is that it has like a little skirt that kind of comes down and flaps out. So if it's raining or weather or debris, it's gonna hit here and then just run off, which is really nice. Even the little sides here, they have eye loops so you can tie things down. And then on the inside, see if I can pull this up a little bit. It's got stitching with rubber boots, so basically a non-slip material. You know, it's like a rubber pad. That's also going to protect the hardware that's, you know, holding the tent out. So that's a really nice feature. The bottom is rubberized. So this is a waterproofed, rubberized material. The top is like a canvas, micarta, I guess you could say, but it's a canvas material. Bottom side's rubberized. So, you know, no moisture is going to penetrate up from the bottom if the ground is moist and get all the sweat, especially. And it's all the way under the tent. So this material is the whole bottom of the tent right here. So you can be rest assured that no moisture is going to come up from the ground and get your feet wet. Heating and air conditioning, recirculating ports. So this is your heater here. It's a little rain flap and then just a little pull tie. The inside of this is zippers, so it's not like a open hole. You can zipper this on the inside to block out any breeze or rodents that want to crawl up in there. This up here is your heating and I should say your air conditioning recirculator. So like this would be your blow line, and then this would be your pull line. And this also is skirted here. So there's like a foam ridge that kind of holds this out. Real nice. This is also zippered, and you can see inside this also has the same insulation, zippered insulation as the regular tent is. So they didn't skimp out on these little details, which I really like. The wall is fully stitched. You can see I don't know if you can see the cross hatching. So that holds all the insulation in its place. It's like that all the way around the whole tent. The vent on top here, it's a little rubber arm. The little piece of Velcro just kind of holds that up. No CM mesh, and there's a little zipper door on the inside as well. And that's all stitched around and everything too. So if you don't want that, you can just close it down. I just leave it the way it is, and I just zipper up the door, and I don't even mess with it. It's awesome. So here's the door here. It's got a Velcro stay here. Just holds the door open. And like I said, it's kind of like a pie-shaped door. It's a V at the bottom. And the really nice feature I like is that they put a rain tab here that protects the zipper. So it comes down and stops here, but it just allows that rain to run off and not get into the zipper area. heavy duty zippers. And then, so this is on the tent, this is on the door. So when you zip it up, it kind of like cross hatches here, I guess you could say. And then there's this part that they sewn on the door to prevent the water from running in on the bottom side of the door. So that's a super nice feature. Goes all the way down here at the bottom. Zippers work flawless, heavy duty. I have no issues or worries about those breaking. And let's show you the inside. So this is real footage here. So this is not all cleaned up and dolled out and, you know, all pretty for you. This is how we actually slept in here for the last couple nights. So my dad, he used an air mattress. I believe this is a twin, or either a twin or a full-size air mattress. It's about 2 feet tall. He slept on that. And then I slept down here on the King Camp foam pad that also holds air. This right here is awesome. Great upgrade to a sleeping pad. I love this thing. So yeah, I slept on that. Just a couple blankets. So you can kind of see the real estate in here. Here's the door, so you can see the insulation material on the inside. There's your eye hole there. And then you just zip it up like that. Really nice, heavy duty. See all the windows. It looks like you're kind of like in a space pod in this thing. It's pretty neat. Yeah, there it is, the windows. The interior is obviously it's the black material, but you can see the stitching that went all the way through. Here's the vents here. These are also zippered, so you could really trap that heat in if you want to, or let some moisture out. When it got down to about 38 degrees, we did get a little bit of moisture on the sides. We had a little buddy heater that we had on to just put some heat in here, but when we got up, we opened up the windows and that moisture just aired right out. So this thing breathes, when you open the windows up, it breathes really well. So I don't foresee anybody having issues with that. The bottom, like I said before, is the canvas material bottom, and it's rubberized on the bottom. And then right here, the whole bottom is zippered right there. So see, you can open it up, and so if you get this dirty or it's just a mess in here, you can literally take out the whole floor, clean it all out, and zip it back in. And I'm pretty sure you could use this for ice fishing too. Not gonna lie, you could take the whole floor out and this thing would be perfect. So here's the puck. Well, I call it a puck. I don't know exactly what you would call it, but it's the big washer. Fiberglass arms go in. Excuse the helicopter. Let that fly by. Like I told you, right, King of the Hammer, so there's a lot of action right now. And so you just, I'll do it from the inside, but you see, you just, oh, I had that side tied down. You just pull it, the whole door pops in. You can pull the roof down here. Pop it back up. And yeah, it takes me about a minute, 30 seconds to set this tent up. If I had to give this tent any sort of criticism at all, because I know there's always criticisms with everybody, the only criticism for me, it's a little on the heavy side. But that's because this thing is just heavy duty. It's a beast. It's a literal just tank of a tent. So yeah, heavy duty materials cost some weight, and so that's the only sacrifice that you're making. So I'm a pretty I'm not like super strong, but I'm a strong guy, so I could pick it up myself, set it up, no problem. It's long, so when you fold it up, I'll do a video of it folded up and deploying it so you can see that. But it's about 6 feet long when it's folded up in its case right there. And it weighs, what would you say it weighs? About 60 pounds?
Yeah,
50? Yeah, I would say 40. I haven't actually weighed it on the scale, obviously, but it's about 40 to 60 pounds. Yeah, I'll have to look it up. Maybe I could put it in the description. But yeah, it is a little on the heavy side, but you know what? It's worth it. When you deploy it, it's like a set it and forget it, because this thing is going to keep the heat. It's going to keep the wind out. It's going to keep the cold out. And it's worth the sacrifice, in my opinion. Yeah, there's nothing else I could really say other than it's a fantastic tent. And yeah, I mean, I wouldn't hesitate to buy another one if I had the chance to get another one, or if I was in the market, knowing what I know about this tent, I probably would buy it again, without a doubt. And I like the color, the gray. I think it blends in with the surroundings really well. It's not super flashy, it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. So if you did want to go hit some trails, go for a bike ride, go for a hike and leave it there, it's not going to catch a lot of attention. It just kind of blends in. So I like that. It's kind of a little incognito setup. So there you guys go. The RDS Obsidian tent. Check it out. I'll put the website in the description. Thanks for watching.